Smack that all over the floor.
Smack that. Give me some more.
Smack that.
Till you get sore. Smack that. Anyway, welcome to the first mini episode of Make It Weird.
But just a little weird because it's a mini.
Yeah, we don't want to go like full weird today. We're just going to do like little mini weird.
Yeah, a little mini weird. The idea of these is to talk about some shorter current event stories that are especially weird.
Yeah,
whatever news.
Whatever just kind of sticks out to us this week.
Yes.
We'll be doing these every other week in between our full-length episodes.
Yep. Every Wednesday there will be an episode, but they'll be rotating. So one week it'll be the mini, and then next week it'll be a full episode.
Yes. I don't know if I should say every week, because what if something happens and then we die? And then it's not every week.
And then they sue us.
Oh, because we
dead.
lied.
Yeah.
About
That's
it being
a very
every week.
real thing. There won't be any episodes on any kind of cadence or schedule.
Yes, actually. We revoke everything we've said about it being uploaded Wednesdays at midnight. It will never go up Wednesdays at midnight, and definitely not, hopefully, every week. Anyway.
So yeah, that's the gist. We're gonna get started on this, I think.
So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
So mine is like kind of darker, sad. If yours is more happy, we could end on a happy thing.
Well, okay, I have one that involves thievery and one that involves murder.
Great. Mine also involves murder.
What state did yours happen in?
Memphis.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, I got a little nervous there.
All right, here we go. So, like I said, this is about a murder. So, this is a current event, current being like end of August. So, it's not like it happened yesterday, but it is semi-current, but the headline just stuck out so strongly to me. So, in April of this year in Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis police were responding to a disturbance call near an apartment when they heard multiple gunshots. So, essentially what it sounds like from what I read in the article, and this is from NPR, I'll post the link in our show notes. Basically, it sounds like there was some kind of fight that broke out, I think like outside of this apartment complex. There were 4 people involved, 3 people that were later charged are suspects, and then we have our victim.
Oh, man.
So the victim, Troy Cunningham, was discovered on the sidewalk near Paris, P-E-R-E-S, Paris, and Merton Street, having sustained a fatal gunshot wound to the back of his head.
Oh, my gosh.
So it sounds like police didn't really see the actual scuffle and what led to this, but they found the man dead. Gunfire also struck a passing vehicle with 2 female passengers, one of whom was shot in the shoulder. She was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition. So definitely sounds like there was something kind of crazy going on. Gunshots kind of just going wherever. But essentially, yes, a man died. And since April, they have been trying to, well, when this story came out in the end of August, they've been trying to find our suspect. So,
But they haven't found anybody yet?
well, this is where it gets interesting.
Okay. Tell me. 'Cause now I'm just sad. I want interest.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I kind of wanted to start out with the initial part there. So anyways, the authorities were on the trail looking for said suspect, the murderer in question. And I believe they were able to find the apartment. I don't know if it was his apartment or the apartment that he just happened to be staying at, but they were able to find it. They were looking around in said apartment. Mm-hmm. And the murderer fell through the ceiling from the attic.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
It says authorities got a lucky break when the murder suspect they'd been pursuing for months fell, so to speak, into their laps through the ceiling of the building where they'd been hiding.
So I'm so sure this isn't the case, but I'm like imagining like the police officer walking and then like the person falls through and they catch them like bridal style.
It did say that he wasn't injured from the fall, so
oh my goodness.
imagine someone actually did break his fall or something or catch him. That would be wild. But it showed a picture on the NPR article like of the ceiling and just like this giant hole he was hiding in the attic, and he probably stepped off one of the beams.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, pretty wild. That's a very common thing for people to be up in attics and to misstep. You know, it's pretty easy to do. You've got these really thin beams.
Oh, yeah, especially if it's like not a finished attic or not even a storage attic.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
It's very scary. Our attic is horrible to go up in. I hate it. One of my very best friends from high school, like 2-3 years ago, was putting away Christmas decorations, and she fell through hers and broke both of her legs, like
both of her legs?
Yes, like very bad. She was like wheelchair cast, like
holy shit.
Yeah.
Did she survive?
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie Sinister?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Dude,
yeah.
okay, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It is genuinely like, I saw that movie with a bunch of friends in like middle or high school as a joke, and I was actually spooked.
Like
and
legitimately scared?
Yes, and I
Okay.
still watch it. I rewatched it with Casey a couple of months ago. Like, I love this movie. It came
So
out
what, like early 2000s?
like mid, like
Okay.
2009, 2008. I think 2009
Okay.
actually was the year that it came out.
All right, cool. Let's check that one out.
Oh, it's so good. I would rewatch it with you. It's delicious.
Perfect.
But there's a scene where somebody falls through the attic, and that's what I just kind of imagined. And I know that's like not what it was. Like, there were no ghost children chasing this man
well,
through
I
an
didn't
attic,
say they
but-
weren't, so
I mean, it could have been a haunted attic.
haunted attic. So, the the man in question, 20-year-old, which is really sad. He was only 20. Deario Wilkerson captured him sometime in August.
gosh.
Charges of first-degree murder. He's probably still on trial since this was pretty recent, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to create sympathy for this murderer, but still, yeah, just
No,
somebody's
it's-
20.
That's so young. Whenever I hear about like anything and somebody is like 20, I don't know, man. That's just sad.
It's very sad just that your life is over. Like,
Yeah.
that's already
like
the path
you've
that you're
made
on.
this decision, and now like
Yeah.
the rest of your life is unfortunately
And we don't, and like,
impacted
who really
by the
knows what
consequences of
happened
your
in this whole
actions.
scuffle?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, none of it was good,
Oh,
obviously.
of course
but-
not. Yeah.
but yeah,
Violence
it's-
is never the answer.
No.
Unless it is. But you won't know that until you get convicted of a crime.
True.
Speaking of convicted of a crime,
Let's go.
the headline of this article: Florida convicted killer clown released from prison for the murder of her husband's then wife.
Oh my God.
This article came out on November 3rd. All right, are you ready?
Oh, like 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yesterday?
Like, yes, 2 days ago.
Holy
yes.
shit, let's go.
Sheila Keene Warren, now 61, was released from prison after only serving 18 months. She took a plea deal back in 2023 for the murder of her now husband's late wife, Marlene Warren. So Marlene Warren was married to this guy, Michael Warren. They both owned a used car lot, and Sheila Keene Warren, this is 30 years ago, by the way. This is 1990.
Okay.
Sheila, then just Sheila Keene, was like an employee at Michael's used car lot. And him and Sheila had an affair, which they denied.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
Sheila and Michael boinkin while Michael is married to Marlene.
Okay.
So one day in 1990, Marlene's son and a couple of his friends were home when the doorbell rang. His mom answered, Marlene answered the door, and when she answered, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't laugh. This is horrific. A clown handed her some balloons. After she responded, "Oh, how nice," the clown pulled a gun and shot her in the face and then ran away. Yes.
Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
You said this was Florida, right?
Yes, of course it's Florida.
course
Oh,
it's
Florida's fucking
Florida.
wild. So shortly after this murder took place, costume shop employees identified Sheila Warren as the woman that bought the clown suit a few days before the killing took place.
Oh.
And one of two balloons, a silver balloon that said, "You're the greatest," was sold at only one store, a public supermarket near Keene's house, so Sheila's house. And employees told detectives that a woman who looked just like Sheila had bought the balloons an hour before the shooting.
Oof.
Yeah, the presumed, it's just so ridiculous and
It's
over the top.
absolutely insane, yes.
So the getaway car, what they think was the getaway car, was found abandoned with orange hair-like fibers inside,
my
which I
God.
can only imagine are like the curly-cued rainbow hairs
we
of like
know
a clown
exactly
wig.
what wig this is. I also thought you were gonna say in the clown car, like a tiny little fucking car. That
No,
would be
it
even
was
better.
a Chrysler convertible that
Gross.
had been reported stolen from Michael Warren's car lot a month before.
Oh shit.
Yes. So I guess leading up to this too, it was reported by Marlene's mom that she was concerned about Mike's relationship with Sheila and feared that Mike would basically like hurt her. Marlene's name was on their business and like a bunch of properties that they owned, and she allegedly told her mom, "If anything happens to me, Mike did it."
Oof.
He's
Okay.
never been charged, and he's denied involvement. Of course he has. So 27 years later, they get DNA evidence that tied Sheila to the murder. That DNA evidence is like honestly pretty wishy-washy from what I saw. Like it really wasn't clear, and the odds were not super great
Okay.
for like identifying her. They were saying there was like basically a 1 out of 20 chance that it could have been
Yeah,
her.
not great.
Yeah. And the state had a weak case, but they claimed that it's because it's been almost 30 years since the crime and because key witnesses had passed away. But with this lack of evidence, Sheila still took a plea deal,
Okay.
which really doesn't say much to me because, like,
No.
yeah. She took a plea deal because her options were to go to trial, even with this shitty evidence, and like face life in prison, or take a plea deal and be out in under 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, tons of people
Yeah.
take plea deals when they're either not guilty or whatever, the opposite of what they've been convicted of. Like,
And she had been in police custody since her arrest in 2017. So, like,
Oh, damn.
honestly, even if she is innocent, which, like, her and her lawyer still claim, I don't blame her for taking the plea deal, like, at all. If I were facing 2 years in prison and a murder charge or life in prison.
Yeah, you take the fucking plea deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
I'm sorry,
Christ, opening the door to a clown and then
getting
they
handed a
shoot
balloon
you.
that says, "You're the greatest." Oh, how nice. Pow.
Yeah, this is
Horrific.
a horror movie. Like, what else do you need to make a horror movie? Were you living in South Carolina when the whole
Yes, I
fucking
was.
clown thing was going on?
Yes, in 2015, 2016.
Yes, I believe I was still living there too. I don't. They didn't ever hurt anyone, did they?
No,
yeah,
it was just kids being kids, man.
yeah, but it was like creepy. Like people would
yeah.
see clowns like at the edge of the woods or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah. No, and there were people that were like chased. All right, so
Yes.
here is my conspiracy theory take on that.
Let's go.
I genuinely believe that was guerrilla advertising, getting people ready and primed up for the It movie to come out a couple of years later.
Whoa!
they
Imagine
do
if
shit
it
like
was.
that. They do.
really?
Yes. What was okay, this was like middle or high school. Out of nowhere, there were a bunch of artists referencing Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. And then, like, there was some news article that came out where they, like, did a reunion tour or some shit. I don't remember, but I remember, like, going, it's really weird that a bunch of artists independently all reference this one group.
Yeah.
And then all the songs get popular.
I mean,
and
I'm
then
not
suddenly...
even going to begin to, like, speculate knowing the truth behind any of this, but it does, like, yeah, I mean, it's real life marketing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
It,
And then,
Yeah.
like, think about, too, anytime that you see, like, for example, I'm just going to say a World War II movie that's, like, anti-Nazi about a specific thing. That'll come out or be announced, and then suddenly, like, History Channel, Discovery Channel, HBO, Netflix, everybody has their own take on it.
Yeah,
And it's because,
exactly.
like, it's just one person gets the ball moving or gets something going, and everybody has all these things that are, like, on standby or backup. But, like,
yeah, the whole phenomena of how things become popular and get in the mainstream is so interesting.
oh,
It's such
fuck
a,
yeah.
like, philosophically, yeah, just
No,
very
we are
interesting thing.
being manipulated, all
Oh,
of
yeah.
us, all the time. By
Nothing
the...
is real. None of your choices are your own.
Oh, fuck yeah, dog. Do you got another mini? You know, a little,
I do
little
have another
story?
mini if we want to keep going. Yeah.
I'm good. I have one more story that I want to share, and then I have my cutie pet corner.
Cutie. I love the name of that. Cutie Pie Corner.
I think it's a very good name, and we'll talk about Cutie Pipe Corner once we get there, all right?
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I can do my other mini. So, this article is recent. The actual incident is not recent, but there's new information that came out. So, an Indiana teenager who died in 1866, her skull was found in the walls of someone's home in
What?
Batavia, Illinois.
What do you-
Illinois. The skull was found in 1978. So this part of it is, again, it's older.
okay.
So the woman died in 1866. November of 1978, a man in Batavia, Illinois, was renovating his house when he knocked down a wall to reveal what appeared to be a human skull lying between the studs. So he obviously...
What would you do?
Oh my God. I would be equally, like, morbidly excited and horrified.
Oh, Lord.
Like,
oh, my God.
yeah. Almost half a century later, thanks to community fundraising, sophisticated DNA testing, and a cooperative descendant, they were able to identify the skull. It belonged to an Indiana teenager who died of childbirth complications in 1866. She was 16 when she died.
Oh, my
from
God,
her
a
having
baby.
her first child. Yeah, really fucking
Oh.
sad. Yeah. But how le fuck did skull end up in person's house?
Yeah, like, for real.
Right? So they obviously can't say for sure, but they're inclined to believe that it had to do with grave robbing.
Okay, that would make sense, yeah.
I didn't see, again, this is also from NPR.
Yeah.
This is an NPR day for me. I didn't see in here where it said how old the house was. That part would be interesting to know. They believe the person whose name... Esther Granger.
Is that the lady that passed away?
Yeah, lady that passed away. They believe that she was a victim of grave robbing, which was both common and profitable at the time, which I don't know a lot about grave robbing at that time, but I don't know why you would need the whole skull and why isn't the rest of the bones and the remains attached to it, you know?
It was the 1800s?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know a little bit about grave robbing in the 1800s.
Of course you do.
So around that time, bodies were plentiful, but bodies donated to people learning medicine or to universities was not. So universities would pay grave robbers sometimes. I don't know if this is specifically is the case, but they would pay them occasionally to get bodies and bring back the cadavers for educational purposes.
That I do remember hearing about this.
In terms of like the head being separated, I mean, maybe, you know, they used the body for what it was used for, and some fucking idiot was like, this is a skull and that doesn't matter because people are not worth anything and I can take this home. And
right.
I don't know. I have a really good book recommendation. One of the episodes, oh my God. One of the chapters actually talks about modern day doctors and autopsies in the medical world, how they treat their bodies and how they get them. It's called Stiff.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the first
That sounds
chapter.
really, yeah, I would absolutely read
Yeah,
that.
it's all about like just the use generally of corpses and what we can learn from them. One of the chapters is also about like a fatal plane explosion that happened and how they're able to, with the body parts that they found and the seat arrangement, find out like where the explosion happened and what caused it. Yeah, because of the damage to the bodies, the angles that it hit at. Anyway, that's not super relevant.
But that's really cool. Yeah. No, I love Booker recommendations.
Booker recommendations.
Book recommendations.
Hell yeah.
I'm just going to read the last quote here because it's a little bit funny. This is from the mayor talking to the coroner. Thank you for helping us solve a mystery that we didn't have a murderer that we didn't know about.
What?
It's basically saying like,
goodness.
thanks for putting all this effort in to find someone who wasn't murdered and that we weren't even worried about in the first place.
So
It's a bit insensitive, but it's also like, I get it. Like, you know, they used a lot of money, like people's time, very like expensive technology to figure out. But at the same time, like she could have been a murder victim and you would want to figure that out.
So did they say like what they did with the skull? Like, did it get reunited with the remains?
I do believe they attempted to.
Ugh, I hope so. That's okay. Speaking of another thing that like really grinds my gears as somebody that's like into oddities and weird shit, one of the things that really sketches me out, we've talked about this, is people still buy and sell human remains.
Oh yeah.
And what freaks me out about that is even that situation, grave robbing was so prevalent in the 17 and 1800s, and not all the bodies that are out there are people that would want that or consented to that.
Exactly.
Or especially depending on how old it is, could have been people that were oppressed heavily and genuinely had no say, and those bodies were taken away from families and they weren't able to get the proper burial for whatever religion or civilization or society they were from.
Yeah, that shit gets tossed around. And like, I mean, this article said basically that it got brought up again because the skull was like in a box in some museum. It had used to be on display or something, and then it was in some random box in the back, and so they found it, and then they contacted the authorities, and then they went through this whole thing again. But it's like, I've heard multiple stories, I can't say exactly which ones, but I've heard stories before, true crime stories, where they go to reopen a case or something because they found something like weird photos or something like shoved into the wrong file or something. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
I wonder how many body parts are just sitting in dusty museum collection boxes in the back of closets, just waiting to be discovered.
Yes. Absolutely wild.
God, dude. Okay, so mine is a lot less, once again, sad. Okay. Artisan cheese seller in a pickle after thieves made off with a massive cheddar haul. I told you I'm doing offbeat.
The fact that they
news.
put the word pickle in there too is just great.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So this article came out October 26th.
Okay.
All right. So that's the initial article.
Yes.
Neil's Yard Dairy said a con artist posing at a wholesale distributor for a major French retailer has made off with, I want you to guess how much cheese. We're talking weight.
You said this was in France or it was a French retailer?
It's in the UK.
Oh, okay.
And it's somebody pretending to be a French retailer.
Okay, so they went to
like the production plant in the UK.
Okay, got it. How many pounds?
Yes.
200.
22 metric tons.
What?
48,488 pounds of award-winning cheddar worth. Guess how much money this is worth?
I would say like are we getting in the millions yet?
No.
Okay. Like 500,000.
$390,000 before the company realized that it had been scammed and reported the theft on Monday.
So this is like that super illegal in the US, like unpasteurized cheese kind of shit probably that's really expensive.
It didn't say. It's just like cheddar. It's been aged. It takes about a year for them to age this cheddar from what I saw.
What the fuck? Is there a cheese black market in the UK?
No, I don't think so. This is just like somebody was like, I'm gonna buy all this cheese and I'm gonna I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I have no idea.
Like, what? I want to know where that cheese ended up.
Oh, we made a joke at work because I read this story to everybody at work. I was like, all right, I'm going to read 3 headlines to you guys.
Yeah.
And when I read this one, they were like, well, obviously all the cheese is going to Haley because she just comes over and eats all the fucking cheese we put out every day. So I guess that's where it's going.
Are you one of those people that when you have a block of cheese that you just like take little nibbles from
No.
it?
God, no.
Yeah.
No, I cut it in half
neither.
and then I nibble on the half.
So when I was living in California and I would go over to a friend's house, her and her husband all the time, I'm pretty sure I like brought a little cheese snack with me, and it was just a block of Colby Jack. And he took a picture. He took a picture of it because it was just like very obvious little teeth marks because it was my little block of cheese.
You little fucking mouse creature. Good lord.
He took a picture and sent it to me. He was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know.
That is, I love that.
Thank
so
you.
you are also where these 48,488 pounds of cheese are going to. So by the way, that's nearly 1,000 wheels of cloth wrapped cheese.
Where do you put it?
I don't know. I guess the cheese
God.
wagon, man. We have the cheese caves in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Bobby was telling me about those.
Oh.
What do you call a cheeseburglar? I feel like he needs a name. The cheesemonger. The
I like cheesemonger.
cheesemonger's pretty good.
I like that.
The great cheesemonger.
Yes. So it was wrapped cheese from 3 different makers that went missing. So Neil's Yard Dairy has asked international cheesemongers to be. Oh my God, that's actually a word. Stop. No.
Wait, you didn't know monger was a word?
Not cheesemonger.
Oh yeah.
It's one word. Like there's no space. It's just one word. And I don't have autocorrect lines under this word.
Yeah, no, I think that's correct.
Anyway, be on the lookout for stolen cheese, particularly in 10 kilogram,
Be on the
24 kilogram
lookout.
blocks. 10 kilogram blocks of cheese, dude.
Oh my god, be on the lookout. Like what?
Here's my favorite thing though. All right. In a Instagram video by British chef Jamie Oliver, he posted a video and he urged his 11 million followers to be on the lookout for, quote, lorry loads of very posh cheese. The company also says that it paid all 3 cheesemakers in full, in keeping with its ethos of supporting small independent businesses
That's
developing
really
the British
kind.
cheese sector.
That's very kind.
Right. We're not done.
Okay.
Because yesterday, a development was made.
Oh, let's go.
They arrested somebody.
No.
I couldn't find any information on who this man was, aside from the fact that he's 63 years old.
Oh my god.
And he was arrested on suspicion of fraud by false representation and handling stolen goods. He was taken to a South London police station where he was questioned, and he has since been bailed pending further inquiries. The cheese, however, has not been located.
Oh my god. You know he's working with other people.
Oh, for
They've
sure,
got that
dude.
cheese on lockdown. Dude, he's like retirement age. What are you doing?
Like, why do you need all that cheese? Just chill out, man. You really do not need to eat all of that.
Man. You know, if you're gonna go out with a bang, like being a criminal.
Actually, you know what? I feel like if you're gonna go out with a crime, stealing 48,488 pounds of cheese is a pretty fucking great crime to go out
Exactly.
with.
That's what I like. Imagine being the fucking cheesemonger that everyone talks about. That guy's in jail, and they're like, "What are you in for?" He's like stealing a several thousand. How many tons did you say of cheese?
Yeah,
like
22 metric tons of cheese.
Like-
Oh my god. Everybody goes up to him in jail like, "Hey man, you holding?" He's like, "Yeah, I got the goods." He opens up his like trench coat that he has in jail for some reason.
so much
Wheels of
cheese.
cheese. Oh, fuck yes. I love it.
Oh my god, that was
Are
a
you-
great one.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked this. Are you ready for Cutie Pie Corner?
Gimme.
Okay. All right. Here's the headline. He's fast, feisty, and could play Quidditch. Meet the bat that won a beauty contest.
Oh no.
You're going to love it even more. Don't worry. A winged creature from Oregon was crowned this year's winner Thursday in the annual Bat Beauty Contest put on by the Bureau of Land Management, which, by the way, I didn't know was a fucking thing until today. And that was on Halloween, which is also the last day of International Bat Week.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this bat is a hoary bat, which I guess is the type of bat. I don't know.
I don't think we should talk about the bad sexual.
Fuck off. I think it's so cute.
Okay.
He's got a feisty personality, and he defeated Lestat, who was a Western small-footed bat from Idaho, in the final round of the contest. He also bested a Townsend's big-eared bat named Sir Flaps-a-Lot from Utah. And this victory marks the third year in a row that a bat from Oregon has taken first place in the contest.
Oh my god. Wait, what was his name again? The winning bat?
Are you ready? I was
yes.
holding off on
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry.
Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
So the federal agency has had this competition since 2019 to raise awareness about the animal's ecological importance. We love bats here.
Oh,
bats
yes.
are great.
Yeah,
Bats
I
are
just learned about Bat Week this year. I didn't know there was a National Bat Week. It's very cool.
Are you ready to see a picture of Harry Potter?
Show me. Look at him.
He's so cute. I love him.
Why is he's so fluffy?
Oh,
my god.
so much. So much
Do you know
fluff.
how big that kind of bat is?
Oh, I don't know. Let's
Because you know,
see if I
like
can
fruit
find
bats
out.
can get really freaking big, or is that like one of the little guys?
No, I think he's a little guy.
Okay.
Let's see. 5.1 to 5.9 inches.
Oh, just a little guy.
Little guy. They weigh 0.8 to 1.5 ounces.
Harry Potter is so tiny.
Itty bitty batty committee.
Oh my fucking god! What was the name of the contest? It was a bat beauty contest.
Yes, it's just the Bat Beauty Contest put on by the Bureau of Land Management. They do it every year on Halloween.
Is that a government entity? Like, is the government
I
putting
think
this
so.
on? Because that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Bureau of Land
That's
Management.
the kind of thing that I want my taxpayer money to go towards.
Land Management is an agency within the United States Department of Interior responsible for administering U.S. federal lands. So yeah, it's a government run.
And they ran a bat beauty contest.
I love it. I'm here for it. I support it.
Oh, incredible.
Super good.
Thank you so much.
You're
That
welcome.
story was just packed full of serotonin.
I agree. So
Yeah.
that means that next time you have to pick somebody for Cutie Pie Corner.
Oh, I love Cutie Pie Corner.
I think Cutie Pie Corner is going to be really great. And we have to make sure that we don't pick our own animals because that's not fair.
Oh, like the animals we own?
Yes.
But what if I own 3 cutie pies?
You do. And they're all in a corner right now being very sweet. But we cannot pick
They
our own
can't
animals.
get their own corner? Fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
fine.
All right.
But yeah, so that was about it for our mini today.
Yeah, you can expect more of those. Every other week there will be a mini like this.
And the weeks in between the minis will be the fulls.
Yep.
And everything should come out, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, it should be Wednesday at midnight.
Wednesdays at midnight, they should be ready for you, rocking ready to go on your Wednesday morning commute or in the gym or your nice morning poopies, you know.
You should listen to this podcast while you poop. The
Yeah.
shitcast, you know.
The shit-
Oh my god, it's a poopcast.
Poopcast is a great word.
Petition, or should I say pootition, to change the name to the Make It Weird Poopcast.
Yeah, pooptition confirmed.
Beautiful, thank you. You'll see a name change showing up promptly in your RSS feed, whatever podcast provider you use. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure that you follow us on all of our socials. So
Yep,
we've got
subscribe to us as well on Spotify.
Yeah. We've got Instagram, Make It Weird Pod, Facebook, Make It Weird Podcast, Threads, Make It Weird Pod. What else?
TikTok, yes. Yeah, it should all be under Make It Weird Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we also have an email. Eventually, we would love to have, you know, enough followers that people want to send us in suggestions or
Fan mail.
fan mail
Or hate mail.
hate mail. Like, shut the fuck up. I wish I'd never listened to you speak.
or maybe some neutral mail.
I love some neutral mail.
Yeah. Just like a spam every now and then. I want
It's
spam.
just like, you have a podcast.
I want a spam letter that's just a picture of like a can of spam. You know what I mean? And it, like in the title or the subject line, it's "This is spam." I just open it
Whoever
up.
sends us the first email with that wins something special. It won't be something that you can hold in your hand or that we give you that you can have, but it'll be a great gift. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The email is makeitweirdpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, checking us out, and I
Yeah.
hope you guys keep on
Making it weird. Bye.
Bye.